It happened in the month of August 2011, where actually I had a problem, knee pain, severe knee pain, and I couldn't move properly. I couldn't even go to my office regularly, and it was problem was diagnosed as a knee degeneration, and it was like almost like a ligament problem. I tried getting in touch with many doctors, physiotherapists, but I didn't get any much relief, not much of relief from them. So I was just in touch with an orthopedic in Chennai, who's also my neighbor. And then I was trying to ask his advice as to what can be done, and he just told me to get some MRI scan done, from which I found that there was a total knee degeneration, the degeneration in the right leg. And also because I had a scoliosis in the right side, and he said that the whole right hand side will be a little weak, and because of which I have this pain. And then he told me that I should not move for some time. I should take a break, say a 1 month break to the office, so that because if I put more weight on the right leg, it will be a problem. And we were trying to search if there's any good doctor, any other doctor who can give me some relief from the pain. We were trying to search, all over Chennai. And luckily my husband, he found Dr. Ananda's clinic at Madhavi Ma'am's blog, actually, her personal blog, that is Yes We Too Can. And that's when we got Dr. Ananda's address, and it was actually 15th August. And Madhavi ma'am had some personal presentation regarding her swimming skills and how she got benefited out of it. And unfortunately I couldn't join my husband and my mother, so they both turned up for the presentation. And so after going there, my husband was continuously messaging me that you missed it. You should have actually joined the presentation because it's really very inspiring. And then I was like feeling within, oh God, so it's such a bad thing, I'm unable to join them. And that's when they got the details from Dr. Ananda whether there's any solution for this problem, knee problem. And then Dr. Ananda told that if it will be better if he will see me personally. So the very next day, without any further delay, my mother immediately, both of them immediately took an appointment. And the other day I met Dr. Ananda. So Dr. Ananda, first thing when he saw me, he said that, do you really have a problem like that? So that first thing, that word which he told me, that I don't think there's much of problem in your legs, which you feel. And I told him that Dr. Ananda, trust me, the doctors, which other doctors told me, is that if you walk for another 10 days, your leg will break. That's what feedback which I got from other doctors. Either Dr. Ananda, really trust me, there's also a fear which is making me restricted to walk. Then that he told me that only until you fall from a building or you meet an accident, that's only when your legs will break. Otherwise, because of knee degeneration or a ligament problem, a leg doesn't break. So then he took out that fear in my mind, and he really did a very good counseling. And I was like feeling so good meeting him. He really he asked me about my any further fear or regarding the pain, and he tried to take out the fear from my mind. More than the medication, he just tried to make me feel comfortable. And not even Dr. Ananda, in fact his wife, Dr. Preeta Ananda, she also made me feel very comfortable because she also got a problem. After seeing her, I even got more confidence that the whole problem is actually in the mind and not the physical thing. And he told me that you just have to take some sittings, because the pain doesn't get, it doesn't reduce overnight. So you have to take some sessions. And the first thing, the moment I met him that day, he did a K-taping. And the moment he did a K-taping, it was quite beneficial. And he told me to get down on the cot, and he told me to walk for a while. Trust me, the moment he put the K-taping, and he did some manipulative, which is specialist in that manipulative musculoskeletal therapy, he did something, I really don't know, but I had a very bad pain when he did that thing, at the setting in the knee. And suddenly he put a K-taping and he told me to walk. My God, the fear and the pain which I had for the last few days or last months, I can say, which I was suffering so much, it just vanished in 1 or 2 days. And he told me to walk freely, just walk without any pain, Sai, you will not have any problem. And he told, trust me. When I say something, you should trust me, like that. And I just trusted him, and there was that that Amma Narayani's photo there, and he just trust God. Another thing. Then I just walked slowly, and again slowly I walked till the last edge, and there's no pain at all. And then later that belief had come automatically in me that I need to see him, I need to have a proper follow-up. And I went for, say, the next 15 sessions, and they taught me some exercise for the knee as to what has to be done, and what precautions I need to take, and if again I get a knee pain, what thing which I can do at home itself, like ice fermentation. And I just followed him, and and it happened, say, till December I was under his guidance, medical guidance. The first benefit which I had was no pain. And I was a person who couldn't climb stairs properly. I think today you saw the way I was climbing without any problem, without any complaint or something. I couldn't even walk for a few miles like that. Even I couldn't even walk for 10 minutes continuously. When I met Dr. Ananda, I had a stick actually. I had a stick which my mother got from the medical shop. Then after some time I didn't feel much use of that medical stick. Suddenly the pain was not there, and slowly I could see that some strengthening. I could feel that strengthening in my leg. The way I used to feel before and after was quite different actually. And then later it was almost like 3 months which I had a medication under Dr. Ananda's guidance, and at the month of November he told me, how about hydrotherapy? And I said, not my cup of tea. I said, no doctor, I don't think I can do it. He said, no, when Madhavi can do it, you can also do it, because your level of problem is not as much as Madhavi ma'am. So he said, you only have a problem in the right leg. So why don't you try it? So that day he told me to come to the brownstone apartment nearby the clinic, where there is a swimming pool actually. And that time Mr. Vinod, he's an assistant physiotherapist at Dr. Ananda's clinic, he accompanied me. And believe me, the first day of my hydrotherapy session was a disaster. I couldn't even get inside the water. The moment I got in the water, I was screaming. I was like, I couldn't control myself. My legs were slipping. It was slippery. The flooring inside the water, swimming pool, was so slippery that I couldn't even stand properly. And Vinod was trying all his level best to balance me, at least to make me stand in the water. And I just couldn't do that. It was almost like a failure. And then I told Dr. Ananda that, sir, I can't do this. And anyway, I have a good news to tell you, that I'm relocating to Bangalore since my husband got a job. So one way he was like, okay, she didn't get much benefit out of it. And other way he was even happy that I was going to Bangalore and to settle down for the future progress. Then I shifted to Bangalore, and again I had a knee pain after coming here. It was like, I was thinking, why it's happening only to me, every now and then something or other, which is troubling. Then again, trust me, Dr. Ananda is always approachable. Even if I mail him or call him, he will talk to me so well. He will guide me properly. He will tell me as to what has to be done, over the phone itself. He will tell me immediately. He will answer my call. Then he told me that, Sai, come down to Chennai once, because I need to see you, why that pain is coming again and again. Then in between I was in touch with Mr. Mahendra. Today I should say this, that I am very thankful to Mr. Mahendra. Why? Because he was a person who told me that staying in Bangalore and getting an advice from Dr. Ananda is something not feasible. He said, why don't you go down to Chennai, because that's what he has done is him. So he just shared his experience. He said, why don't you go to Chennai and take his guidance personally, and as per his guidance, personal guidance, why don't you even try hydrotherapy? he said maybe the coaches in Bangalore may not know how to handle case to case, because Ananda had a spine problem, I have a polio problem. So he said the people here may not have that much idea as to how to train and how to even make us feel comfortable. So he told, ma'am, you just go down to Chennai, take his advice properly, and you learn from him only. I blindly followed Mr. Mind because I found that okay, it is good actually. So let me go down, and I called Dr. Ananda and I went for 10 days. And that's when Dr. Ananda taught me with tube actually. And after, say again, he told me that you have to come in the month of April, because 2 months is enough to practice with tube. With tube is just to get acquainted with the water. To get acquainted, so to have to take out that fear when you get in. So because before I used to have a fear getting in the water also, because I couldn't balance properly, I used to shiver literally like that. So then I practiced here at Bangalore International Academy at Jayanagar, and then slowly I got acquainted. I could easily get in the swimming pool, get out, and I could manage very well. Then in the month of April again he told me to come down just to learn without tube, without any support. Then the moment I reached in the month of April to Chennai, starting initial days were a mess actually because I couldn't do again. They literally took out the tube and they told me to float, which I couldn't do. I was shaky and I was literally shivering, and I used to get drowned in the water. And then one by one the techniques, which even till date, I'll always appreciate Dr. Ananda for that. He told me to sit inside the water for some time and come down. He told me to that so that you will take out that phobia that there's something water or you will get drowned like that. So slowly, day by day, he taught me, through proper technique. And eventually at the 12th day, luckily by God's grace, I have learned as to how to swim properly. Even though maybe I take a little time to reach from 3 feet to 9 feet, but I can say proudly that yes, I can swim. So I think the whole credit goes to Dr. Ananda and Dr. Pratik, who was assisting me during the hydrotherapy session. I really owe a lot to them. But now I can swim. That's what I can proudly say today.